Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. So glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome. Grab a seat and stay a while. But hey, do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that notification bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that thumbs up. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of these 770 plus regulars here, well, welcome back for another round. As you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment. As we know, YouTube does love those comments. And of course, as always, share this video out on all social media. Socials for myself, Instagram and X, down below in the description, along with a link to that Joker Voice merch store. Just in time for the holidays. Get your favorite nerd or wrestling fan some Joker Voice merch. They will love you forever. Promise. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the mid-card in this video. And this is essential for any successful wrestling promotion. This is what often keeps the show moving and interesting when and if the main event scene ever grows stale. I mean, many of the all-time greats, names like Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, Roman Reigns, before becoming the guy, spent time being the next guy as they're working their way up, knocking on the main event scene's door. Now, all these names have held mid-card titles prior to being the top champion. Now, in mid-2024, the WWE did an experiment and introduced mid-card titles to their women's divisions across all three brands, starting with NXT. Now, as we come to the close of 2025, let's take a look at the state of these titles.
This is gonna be good.
So I guess we should start where it all started, and that's the first women's mid-card championship, as I said, in NXT, and that is the Women's North American Championship, which was introduced at NXT Battleground in June of 2024, with the inaugural champion, Kalani Jordan.
I'm sorry. Who are you again?
Yeah, definitely did not see this coming. This was a surprise pick. It's not what I would have picked, but to Kalani's credit, she did hold the title until late October, where at Halloween Havoc, Fallon Henley, a Fatal Influence, took the title from Kalani. Now, Fallon would carry this title into 2025, where at Vengeance Day, unfortunately, she ran into the inevitable buzzsaw that was the next Women's North American Champion, and that is La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer actually has the shortest title reign for this championship at 45 days, due to the fact that she held not just the North American Championship, but also the Women's NXT Championship. Thus, the title had to be vacated, and all the way until NXT Stand and Deliver, which was WrestleMania weekend, which I personally saw this happening in a 6-woman ladder match. Sol Ruca climbed the ladder to become the new North American champion.
It's so badass.
Now, with her reign just shy of 190 days, clearly this is the longest title reign to date. At least up until this past Halloween Havoc, where Zarya, on behalf of an injured Sol Ruca, defended but dropped the championship to the now current Women's North American Champion, the Glamour, Blake Monroe. Let's just see how this has worked here. Kalani Jordan has also since then held the TNA Women's Knockouts champion. Fallon Henley, still part of Fatal Influence, is now a top faction in NXT. Stephanie Vaquera, I think it's worked out well for her. She's the current Women's World Champion on Raw. Sol Ruca is definitely due to be called up to the main roster. And a former AEW World Champion, now holding this title in Blake Monroe, with the ceiling is the sky basically for her. I'd say this experiment worked out rather well.
Oh my God. Yes.
Now, moving over to the main roster, let's take a look at the mid-card title on Raw, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, this was introduced as a tournament which took place starting in November of 2024, which culminated at the second episode of Raw on Netflix, January 13th of 2025. This was a match between Dakota Kai and the eventual winner and inaugural champion, Lyra Valkyria. Now, Lyra's still an unknown commodity on Raw. Her title reign was, if I'm being honest, less than impressive until a heel turn from former friend Becky Lynch led to a series of really, really good matches. At Money in the Bank, Becky Lynch took the title from Lyra to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Now, I've said this before, Becky Lynch's star power did more for this title than anything WWE Creative did, as fans began to wonder who would be the one to dethrone the maniacal, paranoid champion, which this led to one of the most unlikely yet earned and deserved underdog stories, as just last month in Madison Square Garden, Maxine Dupree defeated Becky Lynch to become the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. Now, where this title goes from here, that's up to WWE Creative, which, if I'm being completely honest, if we're going by 2025, at best, it's questionable.
That's fair.
And there is no greater evidence of this than on SmackDown, the Women's United States Championship, which was actually the first main roster women's mid-card title introduced. Just like the Intercontinental Championship, this was a tournament which saw the end match at Saturday night's main event on December 14th between Mia Yim, and the inaugural champion, Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green was the fans' favorite pick, of course. It was made sense, the lovable comedic character. But instead of this title now leading to a serious championship reign, we got an even more cringe-inducing comedic character in which Chelsea employed Piper Niven and Alba Fire as her secret Purvis. I don't make this up, folks. Now, Chelsea held the title for 132 days, in which WWE decided that a change was needed, and Zelina Vega deleted Chelsea Green on an episode of SmackDown to claim the United States Championship. Thankfully, it only took the WWE 62 days to realize this mistake, and on an episode of SmackDown in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, June 27th, the Beautiful Madness, Julia, claimed her first singles main roster gold.
Now we're talking.
Julia had a reign of 133 days, one of the best in-ring talents the WWE has. But in those 133 days, it consisted of little and no time on WWE TV, not necessarily pairing her with Kiana James, a literal who, as her mouthpiece, and in only her third title defense, drops the title back to Chelsea Green in a match that lasted only 90 seconds.
It's wrong.
So, just seems, at least on the main roster, in my opinion, Hollaback has his work cut out for him, making sure that one mid-card championship doesn't fall into irrelevancy, while having to really start from square one with the other mid-card title that he and his creative team have simply dropped the ball and neglected. But these are just my thoughts. I want to know yours down below in the comments, and be sure to tune in tonight as we got a lot to talk about fallout from Survivor Series and what's going on going into John Cena's final match as a WWE performer. Me and the guys will be talking about that and a little bit more on Wednesday night is overbooked. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you like the video, give it a thumbs up if you didn't like the video. Hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate it. And I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you're having a great week. Have a wonderful rest of the week ahead of you. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. Until next time.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right, Cliff?